In the previous class, we started with projection of planes. You have seen different types of planes, and we started with the position of planes. Okay, so we have gone through all this position of planes over here, and I was showing to you the same thing in Google SketchUp. Okay, so first two I've shown you. Let us move on to the third one now. Plane parallel to profile plane and perpendicular to vertical plane and horizontal plane. Okay, a plane parallel to profile plane, you can see here on the right hand side, a plane is, this is your plane, or also called as lamina, is parallel to profile plane and perpendicular to both vertical plane and horizontal plane. Let's see this in Google SketchUp. Okay, so this is how it is. So these are your vertical plane, horizontal plane, and a right profile plane. So this is a rectangular plane which I have considered. You can see here this plane is parallel to your profile plane. Okay, either it is left profile plane or right profile plane, and it is perpendicular to both horizontal plane as well as vertical plane. How will be the views when it is in this position? Let's see that. So what is the front view? Wait a second. Yeah, front view looks like a straight line to you. Okay, front view looks like a straight line to you. What about top view? Top is also a straight line. But what about side view? How is your side view? Let me just hide these things, the first two positions, so that will be easy for other two. Okay, let me just hide this. Yeah. Now let's see the side view. How does it look? This is how your side view looks to you. So when it is in third position, that is plane parallel to profile plane or perpendicular to vertical plane and horizontal plane, your front view and top view are straight lines, whereas your side view will be your true shape of the plane. Your side view will be your true shape of the plane. Whatever the size of the plane, the same shape will appear on your right profile plane. So this is your third position. Okay, this is third position. Now let us move on to the next one. What is the next position? So next position is plane is inclined to horizontal plane and perpendicular to vertical plane. So it is like this. So plane is inclined to horizontal plane and perpendicular to your vertical plane. Let's see how it is. So this is the last third one. Let me just delete this. And let me just write here. A plane inclined to horizontal plane and perpendicular to vertical plane. Just copy paste here. And just paste it here. Let me just scale it down using a scale option. Okay, fine. Let me just move on to the front view. Okay, that's fine. Now what I'll do is I'll use my move command and just move this little up. Sorry, I have to select this. Then I have to move this. I have to get it to the third position. Let me just rotate it. I should make it. Let me place it like this. Okay. What I'll be doing is, now see here, I'll just rotate it. Okay, you can see here I'm just rotating this plane. Let me just press Ctrl Z and see the angle here at the right bottom corner. You can see at the right bottom corner the angle is visible to you. So I've taken now 30 degrees. So this is your third position. So plane inclined to horizontal plane, a plane inclined to horizontal plane and perpendicular to vertical plane. Okay, now let's see how the views will appear to you when it is in fourth position. Okay, when it is in fourth position, let's see the front view. Let's see the front view. Our front view is a straight line. Okay, it appears a straight line to you. Then let's see the top view. Top view is this. Whether, can you tell me whether this is true shape or apparent shape of the plane? Now see here, when it is like this, in the first position, you have true shape. Now the same plane has been inclined to horizontal plane at some angle. Okay, whether the same shape will appear or some other shape will appear to you in the top view, whether it is a true shape or whether it is a apparent shape. You can see the difference, that the one in the first position is a true shape, and here when it is inclined to horizontal plane, your top view is apparent shape. It is not your true shape. Okay, it's not a true shape. Front view will be a straight line, whereas your top view will be a apparent shape. You can see, now when you see this from top, only this portion visible to you. It is not visible like this. Okay, true shape is this is your true shape, but when you see it from top view, you see the top view, it is in a apparent shape. Okay, now let's see the side view also. Now let's see the side view. Let me just hide the first three positions so that you can see the side view. Okay, let me again come to front view, top view, and left side view. So you can see left side view appears like this to you. Okay, like this to you. So this is your front, top, and left side view. Okay, which is on right profile plane. So this is your position number 4. Okay, in this position, a plane is inclined to horizontal plane and perpendicular to vertical plane. Okay, that is your position 4. Now let's move on to the next position. Let me just delete this. Just delete this and let the text. The third for fifth position is a plane is inclined to vertical plane and perpendicular to horizontal plane. It's like this. A plane is inclined to vertical plane and perpendicular to horizontal plane. Let's pin this position and see how the views will appear to you. Okay. Let me just place this here. Okay, fine. Now what I'll do is I'll just move this plane. Let's move this plane a little here on this. First I have to select this. I have to select this, then I have to move it. I have to move it here. Okay. Move it here. Let me just rotate this plane. Rotate and place it here. And again move it a little. Yes. Now let me again rotate it. I have to use this as a reference. Yes, perfect. Okay. This as a reference. Let me again move this. Okay. Let me again move this and place it on vertical plane. Where is it? It went behind. Yeah, perfect. Now let me rotate this. Okay, let me rotate this with respect to vertical plane. So it is like this. Okay, I'm rotating it at an angle. Let me take 30 degrees, same as that of the fourth position. So this is how it is. Okay, this is how it is. This is a plane. So when you see it here, it is inclined to vertical plane or perpendicular to horizontal plane, perpendicular to horizontal plane. So when it is in this position, how does your front view and top view will appear to you? Okay, let's see them. So this is what is your front view. So in the previous case, your front view is like this. Okay, in this position, in the fourth position. But in this position, your front view is like this, which is apparent shape. So in the fourth position, your top view is apparent shape, whereas in your fifth position, your front view is apparent shape, which is on vertical plane. And what about top view? Top view is a straight line. Now you can see a top view and here this front view will be same. Okay, in this fourth position, top view, and in the fifth position, top view. So in the fourth position, front view. Okay, you can see here in the fourth position, front view is a straight line, top view is apparent shape. In the fifth position, that is a plane inclined to vertical plane and perpendicular to horizontal plane, front view is apparent shape and top view is a straight line. What about side view? Side view is also an apparent shape, similar to that which you obtained here. Okay, let me just hide the first four positions so that you can see the side view. Okay, so in the side view, let's see the side view. Here, this is how it looks to you, side view. Okay, in this position. Okay, in this position, it looks like this to you. Okay, this looks like this to you. So this is your position number 3. Okay, sorry, position number 5. Now let's move on to the last position, which is very important. Okay, that is a plane inclined to both horizontal plane and vertical plane. The problems which you will be solving will be inclined to both these planes. Okay, both these planes. But in order to obtain to be inclined to both these planes, you have to use either this. First, we have to do the first step, that is first position, then move on to the other position, that is fourth position, then this. First this, then this, then this. Okay, or else first this, then with respect to vertical plane, then with respect to. So first, whenever we are drawing it, first we'll draw the true shape. Okay, that is plane perpendicular to, so plane parallel to HP and perpendicular to VP, or plane parallel to VP and perpendicular to HP. Either of these positions, that will be your first step. Okay, and second step will be either of these two, that is fifth position and fourth position, and the last one will be your sixth position, that is plane inclined to both HP and VP. Okay, there are two cases. In one case, so here, when a plane is parallel to HP and perpendicular to VP, you can see here a plane will be resting on horizontal plane. A top view of the plane will be your true shape. Okay, top view of the plane will be true shape. In the second one, a plane parallel to VP, a plane parallel to VP and HP, only a front view will be true shape. Okay, front view will be true shape. Okay, front view will be true shape, and here side view will be true shape. So in these three cases, none of them will be true shape. All will be apparent shapes. Okay. So whenever you are solving problems, so whenever you get a plane inclined to HP, okay, inclined to HP, you have to first consider this step. Draw this position first, then move on to this position, then move on to this position. Whenever a plane is inclined to VP, first you have to draw this step, then move on to this step. How to do it? We'll see it when we are solving problems. Okay. Now we'll move on to the fifth, sixth position, and let's see how your views will appear. Okay. That is a plane inclined to both HP and VP. Okay. In this case, your last one, let me just delete it and let me just copy this. Let me place it here. Yeah, fine. Now let me just rotate it such a way that it is inclined to both the planes. Okay. All I'll do is first like this. Make sure to select this first. I'm rotating this, not the text. Okay, let me just rotate it. Okay, so what I'm doing is, so this, I'm taking 45 degrees. So your plane is inclined to horizontal plane at 45 degrees. That is your fourth position. Okay, that is your fourth position. Now what I'll do is, now it is only inclined to HP. Now what I'll do is, I'll take this edge. Okay, I'll take this and I'll rotate it with respect to vertical plane. You can see, if you see here, if you see this, you see this, take a curve. Okay, if you just see this curve is going down, not properly positioned. And see here, now in this case it is inclined to both horizontal plane. So here it is inclined to horizontal plane, and here the plane is inclined to vertical plane. That is your last position. Okay, all the problems which you'll be solving will be in this position. In order to obtain this final position, you have to follow two steps. Okay, from first five positions. Okay, first five positions. So in this position, let's see how your views will appear to you. Let me first hide the first five positions. Okay, let me just hide it. Okay, let me just hide it. Let's see how does it appear to you. Okay, so let's see the front view. See, this is how your front view looks to you. Okay, in the on vertical plane. Okay, this is how it looks to you. What about top view? This is your top view, how it looks to you. Okay, and side view. See, all front view, top view, and side view all are apparent shapes. Okay, apparent shapes. So we are mostly concentrating on front view and top view. Okay, only on some problems we'll be drawing side views. So this is your front view. Okay, this is your top view, and this is your side view. Okay, how to draw this? We'll see it while solving problems. All the positions, everyone got it? Everyone got it? These are all 6 positions. Okay, these are all the 6 positions. What are those? Plane parallel to horizontal plane and perpendicular to both vertical plane and profile plane. In this position, your front view is a straight line, top view is true shape. Okay, top view is true shape. You can see top view is a true shape. In the second position, a plane parallel to VP and perpendicular to HP. Front view is true shape, top view is a straight line. Okay. In the next position, plane is parallel to profile plane, perpendicular to VP and HP. That is, your front view and top view both are straight lines. Okay, whereas side view will be a true shape. Okay, side view will be true shape. And next position, a plane inclined to horizontal plane, not plane inclined to, here it is. So plane inclined to horizontal plane and perpendicular to vertical plane. In this case, your front view is a straight line, top view is a apparent shape. Top view is apparent shape. Even side view is apparent shape. Okay. And in your fifth position, a plane is inclined to vertical plane and perpendicular to horizontal plane. Your front view is apparent shape, a top view is a straight line. Okay, top view is straight line. Side view is also apparent shape. In the last position, a plane is inclined to both horizontal plane and vertical plane. Front view, top view, and side view all are apparent shapes. Okay, apparent shapes. So this is there how it is. Inclined to HP, inclined to VP. Okay, inclined to VP. Understood, everyone? All these 6 positions. Now we'll see how to draw them. Okay, starting with projection of triangular lamina, then moving on to square, rectangle, pentagon, then hexagonal lamina, then circle. Okay, all these problems will solve. Okay, hope everything is clear to you. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, everyone just take down this question. I'll tell you how to draw this. Okay, I'll tell you how to draw this. Get on this question. First problem on projection of planes. Okay, we'll start with a triangular lamina. Okay, the first one, take down the question. An equilateral triangular lamina of 25 mm sides lies with one of its edges on HP. Okay, lies with one of its edges. You should be knowing which is a wedge, which is a plane. Okay, plane surface, and which are the corners of a plane. Okay, a problem is like this: an equilateral triangular lamina of 25 mm side lies with one of its edges on HP such that the surface of the lamina, okay, the surface of the lamina is inclined to HP at 60 degrees, and the edge on which it rests is inclined to VP at 60 degrees. Okay, 60 degrees. Draw the projections. Okay, draw the projections means you have to draw the front view and top view. So you cannot directly obtain this, directly incline it with respect to HP and VP immediately. Okay, you have to go step by step. You have to first draw the true shape, then incline it with respect to one plane, then with respect to the third plane. Okay, first we are drawing with respect to true shape. Okay, then we are drawing it with respect to, we are inclining it with respect to one plane. Okay, then we are inclining it with respect to third plane. Okay, like this. You might have seen the animation of this problem. Okay, complete animation of this problem. Once again, after the class, you better go through that. I'll tell you how to draw it. So this is the complete solution. Okay, this is your first position, this is your second position, this is your third position. In the first position, it is a true shape. You are having your equilateral triangular lamina, okay, of sides 25 mm. In the second position, what we are doing is we are inclining the surface of the lamina at an angle 60 degree to HP. Okay, at an angle 60 degree to HP. And in the third position, the edge on which it is resting, you can see here, this is the edge on which your lamina will be resting. That will be inclined to VP at 60 degrees. That is inclined to VP at 60 degrees. Just go through the solution here. I'll solve the solution, the same one, in using solid edge. Okay, step by step. And in the same fashion, you have to do it in your books. Okay, taken down the question. We'll start with the problem, solution of the problem, how to solve it. Okay. Now we'll learn how to construct this. Okay, we have to obtain this final position. So this is how your views look like. Everyone has taken down the question. I'll move to the solution. Okay, solution is there in front of you. I'll solve the solution using solid edge. Yes, taken down the question. Let me just come here. Let me just copy this. Okay. We come to solid edge. So I'll go to ISO draft. You do it manually. Okay. You do it manually. So this problem will carry 25 marks. For all the problems on projection of planes will carry 25 marks. So whatever you do it manually will carry 15 marks. Okay. Will carry 15 marks. The same thing you have to reproduce it in using solid edge software and take the printout. That will carry 10 marks. Okay. So this is your solid edge. Let me first do the sheet setup, which I've already told you. Go to sheet setup here, right click on it, go to sheet setup. I have to turn off the, I have to choose the background sheet as A4, turn off the background, save it to defaults, click OK. Click OK. So everyone, while doing the construction, draw thin lines very thin and thick lines must be clearly visible to you. Okay. You have to follow the protocol correctly. Now the problem is, let me just paste the question here. Just copy this once again. But there's no confusion for you. Wait a second. Wait a second. System got hanged. Better. I'll not paste the question. Let the question be here only. Everyone do it as I say. Let me go here. Sheet setup. Change the background sheet. Save it to defaults. Okay. What is the question? An equilateral triangular lamina of sides 25 mm is resting on HP on one of its, not like that. Let me just come here. On resting on an equilateral triangular lamina of 25 mm side lies with one of its edges on HP such that the surface of the lamina is inclined to HP at 60 degrees and the edge on which it is resting is inclined to VP at 60 degrees. Draw the projections. Okay, let me start. Everyone, first draw a line, a thin line. Okay, let me just take here 0.05 from one end to other end of your book. Okay, a thin line, okay, which represents your reference line XY. Okay, draw a thin line. Okay, draw a thin straight line. Then here at the left hand side, you indicate X, capital X, and on the right hand side, you indicate capital Y. Okay, capital Y. Okay. After that, first we'll draw the first position. Okay, let me take a line. So whenever you are drawing, first before that one more thing I forgot. Before that, here, okay, as I wrote it here, vertical plane and horizontal plane, you have to write this. So instead of writing it here, I'll write it on right hand side. Okay, both are fine. Okay, let me write here, and this also must be written with capital letters. Why vertical plane we are writing it above, and why horizontal plane we are writing it below? Because we are following the first angle projection. So vertical plane is above the reference line XY and horizontal plane is below the reference line XY. So write down here vertical plane and horizontal plane with capital letters. Okay. Now, after this, once you do this, you have to draw your first position. That is this one. You have to draw this. How to draw this? First, you have to draw the top view. Okay, first you have to draw the top view. So how will you come to know that you have to draw this first? Because it's given in the question. It's an equilateral triangular lamina of 25 mm sides. I have to draw it on horizontal plane. Why I have to draw it on horizontal plane? Because the surface of the lamina is inclined to HP at 60 degrees. Okay, they have not given surface of the lamina is inclined to VP. If it is inclined to VP, this whatever you have drawn, whatever is drawn here on HP will be on vertical plane. So remember, whenever in the question it is, if it is given surface of the lamina is inclined to HP at 60 degrees, your true shape of the lamina in the first position will come on horizontal plane. True shape will come on a horizontal plane. That is your top view. Okay, top view will be true shape. You have to draw this, which you already know. It's an equilateral triangle of sides 25 mm. So let's draw this. Okay, and that must be drawn with thick line. Okay, that one you can see here, the one which are shown here in white color, okay, all must be drawn with thin lines. The one which are color must be shown with dark lines. Okay, dark lines. Even the dimension lines also must be thin lines. Okay, so you can see, first draw a vertical line here. Just make sure you have a space here. Draw a vertical line of 25 mm. Okay, 25 mm. So after that, I'll be doing it as you do it in a box. Okay, so after that, use your compass, complete the triangle. Okay, so 25 is the radius. Okay, measure this using your compass and complete the triangle. So cut an arc, one here and one over here. Again, let me take the radius as 25. Cut an arc here as well. Okay, here as well. Okay, and let me join this and let me complete the triangle. Okay, let me take a line command and let me just join this. Okay, let me just join this. Okay, so after this we have to name it. You have to give the namings for that. You have to give the namings for that. So top view, I've told you with letters. Okay, in small letters A, B, C, so on, and your front view will be the same letters with prime. And side view with double prime. Let me just write here. So whenever you're naming it, don't make sure that you don't overlap the text with your sketch. Okay, just make sure they're a little bit away from it. Let me just type here A. This is corner B of a plane, and this is C. Okay, this is C. So whenever you are giving the namings in the top view, it should be named in anti-clockwise direction. It should be named in anti-clockwise direction. Okay, it should be named in anti-clockwise directions. After this, you have to go. You have to show the dimension. Okay, so here I'll take small dimension and I'll show it here. So you would show it manually by showing this arrow marks correctly. Okay, I've already told you what should be the dimension of an arrowhead. It should be in a ratio 3:1 or 1:3. If this is 3, this is 1. Okay, if this height is 3 and this will be 1. Okay, let's press enter. So this is your top view in the first position. Okay, this is what we got. This one, this one. Okay, this one. Hopefully you are drawing it along with me. After drills, how will you obtain the front view? How will you obtain the front view? In order to obtain the front view, you have to project these ends. Okay, let me just even draw this using Google SketchUp. Okay, let me just take a new file. Let me just delete her. Let me just come to orthographic projection. Front view is like this. Okay, fine. Doing the same thing. let's make it as a component. Let me just move it a little here. Just move it a little up. Okay, it is actually it's okay. Fine. Let me just save this projection of. I'll just write it as planes underscore your roll number results. Okay. Yes. And let me just change the color here. Let me just take this color. Yeah, fine. Okay. Here, when I see the top view, and this is your top view. So this is how your top view looks to you. Equilateral triangle. Okay. A front view will be a straight line. The front view will be a straight line. Okay, which will be on this xy line. So I just project this, the front view will be on xy line. So in order to obtain this, your solid edge closed. So it might happen to you also, those who have installed it. But make sure you keep on saving your files. Whenever those who have installed the software. I think so. It didn't save. Let me just open it. Yeah, it's there. Yeah, it's there. Okay. Now let me again take a line here. Okay. So let me draw the projection line. It should be a thin line. When you're drawing the projection line, it should be a thin line. From this end to this xy line, just draw a line. And from this end to this end, you draw one more line, like a projection line. And these are nothing but your projection line. These two are nothing but projection lines. And here, let me just change the thickness again to 0.5. So here, join this end and this end with thick line. So this represents your front view in the first position. This is your top in the first position. The one which is on xy line is your front view in the first position. Now how will you name this? When you see this from the front view, so this end you can see here. So when you see this from here, so this end of the plane is visible to you, these two, but this end is not visible. This end is behind this. Okay, the one corner which is behind it, the ones which are behind it must be written in brackets. Okay, while naming it. So let me just name it. Here I'll just write down A dash. Okay, because it's a front view. Okay, it should be A dash, and in brackets I'll just write down C dash. C dash. Okay, C dash. So A dash means it is visible to you. Okay, when you see it from front, and C dash it is behind it. Okay, C dash corner is behind it, so it should be written in brackets. And this is corner B dash. Okay, corner B dash. Okay. So after this, your problem is not at over. Okay, you have to show the directions of projections. You have to show the directions of projections. Directions of projections must be shown like this. Okay, shown like this, exactly like this. Okay, again, as I told you, dimension of an arrowhead must be in a ratio 1:3 or 3:1. Okay, this is your first step, which is drawn here. Okay, namings might be different. It's okay, fine, no problem. Okay, this is your first position. Hopefully, everyone has drawn this first one. You can put a message in the chat box. Then we'll move on to the second position. Okay, Now second position, what we have to do is, I'll just show you first in the Google SketchUp how it is. Okay, so this is your first position. Front top you have drawn first, then you have drawn the front view. You have drawn the front view. Next is, let me just okay. Now, so this the surface of the lamina is inclined to HP at 60 degrees. Okay, surface of the lamina is inclined to HP at 60 degrees. You can see here, I'll just incline this at an angle 60 degrees. Okay, 60 degrees. Now you have to draw this. Front view should look like this to you, and top view should look like this to you. Okay, so which is shown here. Which is shown here. Now how will you do it? How will you do it? Now you can see length of this and length of this, are they same? What we are doing, we are just rotating it, right? We are just rotating it. You can see here, we are just rotating it. We are just rotating this. We are just rotating this along the surface here. So this is the surface of the plane. Okay. So this is the surface of the plane. This is the surface of the plane. We are just rotating the surface such that it is inclined to HP at 60 degrees. So when it is inclined to HP at 60 degrees, these are your projections, front view and top view. So how will you obtain this? You can see this length from this end to this end and this end to this end, are they same? Both the lengths are same. That is, this length and this length are same, just it is inclined at 60 degrees. Now in order to obtain this, so what you have to do is, okay, just mark a point here. Okay, just a simple just mark, or else you can just write down, just make sure there is a convenient distance between first and second position. Just mark here. Okay, so for your convenience, I'll just mark it with a point here. Okay, just take a point, say 1 mm thickness, and just mark it. So which indicates A dash and C dash. Okay, I'm just rotating it. Okay, I'm just rotating this. If I rotate it, it will be resting on what? It will be resting on this edge. Okay, it will be resting on this edge on this horizontal plane. Okay, and it is clearly given in the question that resting on one of its edges on HP. Okay, resting on one of its edges on HP. Like this. So mark here. Then you should measure this length. I'm telling you how to do it manually. Okay, there are shortcut tricks to do it here in the computer. Okay, software. So what is this length? You have to measure this using your compass. Okay, now with this as a center, use your compass. Before that, you have to draw a line, thin line. Okay, you have to draw a thin line, an angle 60 degrees of any length. Okay, thin line here, like this, like this. Then use your compass with this as center. You know what is the length? 21.65. Okay, you can use your compass. Okay, then cut an arc here. Cut an arc here. Okay, cut an arc. If you extra lines are there, you can just remove them. Okay, you can just erase them. Now I'll take a line, change the thickness to 0.5, and I'll join this with thick line. So when you are drawing manual also, you have to join this with thick line. Okay, you have to join this with thick line. Join this with thick line. So what this indicates? This indicates your other end of a plane. That is the remaining corner. That is B dash. B dash. And this is inclined to HP at 60 degrees. Okay. So you have to first draw a line at an angle 60 degrees. Okay. Mark here A dash, C dash. Okay. After that, you measure this. Then with this as a center, cut an arc. You will get this length over here, which is inclined at 60 degrees to HP. Which is inclined at 60 degrees to HP. I'll extend this little, extend the class a little bit. Okay, I'll just finish this problem. Okay, got it? How to draw it? can put a message in the chat box. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Now you have to draw the top view. How will you draw the top view? How will you draw the top view? With what as a reference? Okay. So this front view in the second step. This is your first step, second step. I'll just show you. This is your first step, second step, and this is your third step. Okay. These are front views in the first, second, and third step. These are your top views. Okay. Now you obtain the first step, both front view and top view. Now in the second step, you obtain the front view. Now you have to obtain the top view. How will you obtain this? You can see the direction of projections here. So from this, you have to draw these two vertical projection lines, and from the first step, okay, using the top view, you have to draw the horizontal projection lines. Those lines will intersect here. That will indicate your top view in the second position. Okay, that will indicate your top view in the second position. Let's see them. Okay, and we are drawing projection line. It should be thin line. Okay, your projection line should be thin. So here I'm drawing a projection of which 2 points of a triangle, that is A and C. Okay, if I draw a projection line here, so it indicates I am drawing a projection line of two corners of a plane, that is A and C. A and C. I'll just draw it here. Just draw a vertical projection line. And this here, just make sure you're very careful. Okay, here, over here. Okay, now here, C, I'll only draw it till here. Why not till here? Because here this line indicates B, this line indicates C and A. Now I'm drawing here C. Okay, I'm drawing here C. So till here you have to draw it. Again B, B is here, till here you have to draw it. Okay, and this you have to draw it till here. Okay, any extra things are there, this is a trim option. When you are doing it in computer, this is trim option. Just drag it here like this, it will trim. Okay, I'll trim. Now once you draw this, first name them before joining them. Okay, so that there is no confusion while joining it. So this point indicates A, this point indicates B, and this point indicates C. This point indicates C. Now again you have to join this with thick line. Again you have to join with thick line. Okay, line command 0.5 the thickness. You can see here, you can see the endpoint symbol, go on joining them. Okay, joining them. After this, you can show the directions of projections using here leader option. Okay, in the leader option here, you can show the directions of projection. Getting it? So this is your second step. Okay, the first step we have drawn the true shape. Okay, the second step we have inclined it with respect to one plane. Okay, we have inclined it with respect to one plane. So you have inclined it first with respect to horizontal plane. Why first with respect to horizontal plane? Because when a plane is resting on horizontal plane, okay, when a plane is resting here, the true top view is true shape. Okay, in the second step you incline it with respect to horizontal plane. In the third step with respect to vertical plane. Okay, remember whenever a top view is true shape, first inclination must be done with respect to horizontal plane. Okay, in the question it might be given anyway. Okay, but make sure identify in which plane it is resting first. Okay, either it is resting on horizontal plane or whether it is resting on vertical plane. Okay, so whenever they give surface of the lamina is inclined to HP, it means it is resting on horizontal plane. If they give surface of the lamina inclined to VP, it is resting on vertical plane. Okay, you can see here, this is the surface. Okay, this is the surface. If they give surface inclined to VP, it is your fifth position. Okay, if surface inclined to HP, it is your fourth position. Okay, it is your fourth position. This is what we did now. Okay, front view and top view. Okay. Hopefully you got this. And one more thing, remember, don't need to show this, okay? Just use your compass to measure this, okay? Any doubts here till the in the first and second step? Construction, the first and second step. Put a message once you're done. Then we'll move on to the last final step. Okay, fine. Let us go to the last step. Now you can see here what is given in the question. Okay, the edge on which it is resting is inclined to VP at 60 degrees. Now how will you identify it is resting on which edge? Okay, in the first sentence itself they are clearly given it is inclined, it is resting on horizontal plane on one of its edges. Okay, one of its edges. You can clearly see in this Google SketchUp here. So here the complete plane is resting, but what is given in the question? Only edge is resting on HP. Okay, when we rotate the plane, you can see here what we did. We rotated the plane in such a way that it is resting on edge on horizontal plane. You can see which edge? This edge. Which is that? You see it from top view. So this is that edge. Okay, that is this edge. Okay, that is this one. That is inclined to VP at 60 degrees. Clearly given the edge on which it is rest is inclined to VP at 60 degrees. So what you have to do is, okay, so first you have to draw a line at an angle 60 degrees here. Okay, a thin line at an angle 60 degrees with respect to VP. Okay, with respect to VP below XY line. Okay. Remember, whenever the angle is given with respect to HP, it is above XY line. It is with respect to VP, it is below XY line. Okay, below XY line. So draw a line at an angle 60 degrees. Okay, thin line. Then measure this and place that here. Okay, place that here. Once you place that here, then you can measure these two. Okay, both are having same length. Then cut an arc here, obtain this B. You can see this shape and this shape must be same. Okay, just that we are rotating this in such a way that this edge is inclined to VP at 60 degrees. You can see the shape of this apparent shape which is there in the top view is completely same. The only difference is this edge here, it is inclined to 60 degrees. Okay, here it is inclined to 60 degrees. Let's see how to obtain that. Okay, now I'll take a line command and thickness must be thin line. I'll just take 0.05. I'll just draw a line. Okay, draw a line. An angle, I'll take it as minus 60 degree here. Okay, draw a line. Not change the thickness, it should be 0.05, it should be a thin line. And select it and can change it. Okay, you can go to a default command select and go to our default command select, select that line. You will get the properties bar. Then you can change the properties of that line. Okay, so once you do this, once you draw a line at an angle 60 degrees, so next step, again you have to place the angle. Okay, you have to place the angle 60 degrees. Okay, 60 degrees. Now you have to measure this. You know what is the length of this? This side is 25. The same length will be here, 25. You can see at 25 should come here. Okay, so you have to take an compass, place a point here, okay, which indicates this end, that is C. Okay, 0.05. Then the radius, this as the radius, take 25, cut an arc here. Okay, cut an arc here. Then you can join it. Okay, join it with thick line. You can join this with thick line from this end to this end. Okay, from this end to this end, from this end to this end. Now this indicates C, okay, and this indicates A. This indicates C and this indicates A. Now we obtain the B. You should be knowing this length. That is 16 point. You can, if you select that line, you can see here. In the properties bar, it will be highlighting what is the length of that line which you have selected. Okay, this is 16.54. This is also 16.54. Okay, now you can take your compass with this as center, 16.54. An arc, sorry, 16.54. An arc here. One more. I'll just come here. Okay, 16.54. I'll just cut an arc here. Okay. Not to worry. It happens sometimes. Just again go back and try it again. So 16.54. Enter. Not here. Okay. Then you can take a line and join this. Join this. You can see the endpoint symbol is appearing there. Okay. Endpoint symbol is appearing there. Let me just trim this one which is inside. Okay. And this must be thin actually. These two must be thin lines. Okay. So that cannot be thick. Okay. 0.05 here. Okay. This indicates your B. This indicates your B. This indicates your B. This is how you have to do it. You're just rotating this in such a way that this edge is inclined to VP at vertical plane at 60 degrees. Okay. So draw it and let's see this how to get it in Google SketchUp. Okay. And here it is like this. Just use move command. Okay. Now this must be inclined to HP at, sorry, inclined to VP at 60 degrees. Okay. So it should be 30 here. If it's 30 here, I'm just inclining it with respect to this line. Okay. So this must be 30, that will be 60. Okay. You can see here. Just rotating. Now this angle is 60 degree for us. So this must be 30, this is 30 and this is 60. Okay. Now you can see. If I see the top view, so this is front view. You can see if I see the top view, this is how it looks to you. The same thing which I have done. Don't worry about the position here. Okay, you can draw it anywhere. First, you mark this end here, then this mark here, then measure this length, cut an arc here. You will get this length, then measure this, then cut an arc, obtain this corner. Okay, this is how you obtain it. Now, can you tell me how to obtain the front view in the final position? This is the final position. Okay, this is the final position. Can you tell me how to obtain the front view in the final position? You can see this and tell me how to obtain it. Anyone can tell me how to obtain this? It's clearly given here, directions. Okay, using this and this. Okay, using this front view in the second position, top view in the final position, you will get front view in the final position. Okay, front view in the final position. Okay, let's obtain that. 0.05 is the thickness, thin line. Now C is here. Can I draw C beyond this XY line? No need to draw it, because I know when I draw a projection line of C from this second position front view, it is only on XY line. Okay, C is on XY line. I'll only draw it till here. Next A is also here. A is also here. I'll draw it only till here. But B is here. Okay, B is here. I can just take this. You can see a small dotted points there. That is a reference. No need to extra line. Just till here. Okay. And here I can draw this from this point to this. Okay. And here from here to here. Okay. And before you join it, you have to first name it. Okay. You have to first name it. So here this is B dash. This is B dash. Now this here this is A dash. Okay. This is A dash. And this here it is C dash. Okay. C dash. After this, you can just join them with thick lines. Okay, join them with thick lines. So this is C dash. Let me start with A dash. Okay, A dash to B dash. Just make sure you get this point. Yeah. Then C dash. Then A dash. Okay. A dash. Just let me just string this extra line, which is 12. Okay. And finally, without fail, you have to show the directions of projection. Okay, direction of projection. In order to obtain the C and A, I've used this AC and will draw a projection line to the right. Similarly, to obtain this B, and similarly using the top view in the final position, I obtain the front view. These are your directions. Okay, the directions. This completes your problem. Okay, at last, without fail. Okay, you have to take a tech without fail. Here at the bottom, you have to write down bottom right corner all dimensions. When you are doing manually also, when you are doing in computer also, both the cases. So all dimensions are in mm. All dimensions are in mm. Okay. Make sure everyone draw it neatly. Follow all the protocols. Whichever thin lines I've drawn must be drawn with thin lines in your book. Whichever thick lines must be drawn with thick lines in your book. Okay. And arrow marks must be shown with proper scale. Okay, 1:3 or 3:1. Okay, as shown here. Okay, so this completes your problem. If you do this manually here neatly, okay, neatly you'll get 15 marks. The same thing you have to reproduce it in the computer and take the printout, you'll get 10 marks. So to total 25 marks. Okay, total 25 marks. Is it clear? So this completes your first problem on projection of planes. Position of planes. So let's see that here. You can see here. This is your top views, first position, second position, and your final position. And this is your front views. Same thing. Are you getting it here? Same thing, right? Same thing. So this is your 3D representation. Actually, it is like this. Okay, but we are drawing the projections front view and top view in this fashion. This is how you have to construct it and draw it. Now, first you have to identify whether it is resting here or whether it is resting on vertical plane or horizontal plane. So how will you identify? Depending on the question given to you. Okay, if the surface of the lamina is inclined to HP, okay, it is resting on horizontal plane. If a surface of the lamina is inclined to BP, it is resting on vertical plane. Okay, now whenever it is here resting on horizontal plane, you have to tilt it first with respect to horizontal plane. Okay, then with respect to vertical plane. But now we'll solve in the next class a problem resting on vertical plane.